Hey guys, welcome to Critical Beauty. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by clicking the subscribe button and the bell icon below to get instant notification for the next video. Today, let's talk about the latest stories revolving Anne Jakrajutatip, or Khun Anne, the co-owner of Miss Universe. As some of you already know, Anne's company JKN Global sold half of its shares to Legacy Holdings, whose CEO is Mexican businessman Raul Rocha Cantu, who is also the owner of the Miss Universe Mexico franchise. So basically, JKN Global, headed by Anne, and Legacy, headed by Raul, are now 50-50 co-owners of Miss Universe, which means that both of them will now share equal responsibility in running the organization. So when I first heard of this equal partnership, the first thing that came to my mind was that given Anne's sometimes volatile personality and her tendency to make whimsical statements and produce half-baked ideas, I doubt that the partnership between her and Raul will last a long time. Granted, there are pros and cons of a 50-50 business partnership. So some of the pros include diversification of ideas and talents. The partners, feed off each other's energy. There's also mutual support and motivation, and of course, shared costs. Now, some of the cons include having to share the profits, confusion among the employees and vendors about who is in charge, or when the co-owners cannot agree on a decision, thus causing deadlocks and disputes. So we don't have any idea how long Anne and Raul have known each other or whether or not they have worked together before getting involved with Miss Universe. And since we don't know much about Raul as a person and that he seldom posts on his social media, we can only assume that he's a man who prefers not to publicize his private life compared to Anne, who just loves to post about herself in all her social media platforms. So the latest casualty to hit Miss Universe organization was the resignation of Amy Emmerich, the CEO of the Miss Universe organization, who announced on her LinkedIn page on February 9th that she will be stepping down from her position effective March 1st, 2024. She also announced that she will continue to be an advisor for the organization in the next few months. However, it is uncertain at this moment who will be the new CEO. Emmerich is the last major executive to leave MUO after Esther Swan, the former talent manager who left in March 2023, followed by Paula Shugart, the former president who resigned in November 2023. As you know, Amy Emmerich started her job with Miss Universe in January 2022, which led to IMG selling MUO to JKN Global in October 2022. Under Emmerich's leadership, the traditional entry requirements to compete in Miss Universe and Miss USA have been replaced by progressive ones that now allow women from all walks of life, such as beyond the age limit of 28, married, mothers, grandmothers, divorced, pregnant, and even trans women. Now, fans who prefer the old ways, the traditionalists, do not like these updated requirements because they have tarnished the Miss Universe brand and have taken away the space usually reserved for single and childless young women between the ages of 18 to 28. Now, on the other hand, fans who welcome the changes, the progressives, counter-argue that the updated changes open doors for women whose dream of being a beauty queen may have been crushed by too many restrictions. With Emmerich's departure, this raises the question whether or not the new co-owner, Raul Rocha Cantu, who owns 50% of the company, will buy out the other co-owner, Anne Jakrajutatip, and fully own the company, and maybe, and this is a big maybe, repeal Emmerich's progressive policies and bring back the traditional requirements. On February 9th, 2024, on her X account, formerly Twitter, Anne published several posts in Thai where she seems to criticize former MEO President Paula Shugart and the rest of the American executive team. She said that she fired Paula because she was corrupted and did questionable things under the table, and that it was necessary to clean up the organization. So if Anne fired Paula, this means that she must have also fired Esther Swan and most recently Amy Emmerich. All three women had announced that they had resigned, but the truth of the matter is that Anne fired all of them to clean house. Now, this situation should not surprise anyone, especially when a new owner takes over. However, it was shocking to many Miss Universe followers because Paula and Esther had been with the company for 25 years. Anne's criticisms are not limited to the executive team. She also criticized Miss Universe organization's social media team for not live streaming Miss Universe events and called the team lazy. Now, Anne went on an offensive when her critics defended Paula. Anne stated that Paula has never managed anything for the organization. And get this, she claims that the Miss Universe 2022 Top 16 had already been pre-selected 4 days before the preliminaries, which would imply that Paula had rigged the results. Anne was angry that even Thailand, one of the heavy favorites for the crown, did not make the cut. And thus she was compelled to present the Impact Award to Miss Thailand to compensate for her non-placement. A day after Anne had posted those tweets criticizing Paula, Esther Swan published 3 stories on her Instagram that seemed to throw shade at Anne by implying that she is a narcissist, ill-mannered, and ungracious. Now, let me ask you these questions. Do you think that Anne's criticism of Paula is justified? Do you think that it's okay for an employer to publicly bash a former employee who has worked for a company for a quarter of a century? And do you think that Paula should have said something to Anne right after Anne accused her of rigging the Miss Universe 2022 results? I mean, what would you do if you were in Paula's position? And what do you think of Esther's veiled attempt to discredit Anne? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Comment below. And there you have it, the latest controversies surrounding Miss Universe co-owner Anne Jakrajutatip. I am sure Anne has more tea to spill about her former American employees, and I wouldn't be surprised if someday Paula, Esther, and Amy would soon collaborate with each other to tell their side of the story, and who knows, maybe to bring down Anne to her knees. Thank you for watching, guys. Until the next time, bye.